What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, How to Cook. And today we are making honey garlic butter glazed chicken thighs in the kitchen, fast, easy, and simple. Make sure you subscribe with it if you have not, and turn on your post notifications so you won't miss any other upload. And for all of my returning goodie, on a don't know son of girl loving on the ready for cook. Come on, let's cook. Alright, goodies, let's cook. So we have our chicken thighs here that's been washed nice and clean with salt, lemon juice, and vinegar. And I'm doing skin off here. Now, to get started, the first thing I'm doing here is adding some salt to it. Then I'm adding some black pepper. And after the black pepper, I'm going to add some milk. Now, I'm using almond milk here. You could use any milk that you have in your kitchen. Just be sure that you add some milk to this chicken, okay? It is going to make the chicken thighs nice and soft and tender and juicy all in the inside, all right? So go ahead and give it a nice little mix and a nice little spin right you saw. And then you're going to go ahead and cover it up at room temperature and set it aside for a couple of minutes, all right? So now while that is going, we're going to get the seasonings ready. Now, what we're going to do is this, very simple. And I'm also going to be adding everything that I'm using for the recipe down in the description of today's video. I did go ahead and start it off with some garlic. Then I'm adding some sweet relish here. Just go ahead and add that in, and the amount will also be in the description. Then I'm adding some homemade green seasoning, a little bit of oregano here. And after I added the oregano, I added some onion powder. Then I added some garlic powder, and I always like to use more garlic powder than I do onion powder, of course. I'm always telling you that, right? Then what I decided to do was add some chicken seasoning. Of course, me I cook chicken, so I went ahead and added some chicken seasoning to the mix too. And then I added some all-purpose seasoning, and you don't know, so I love my Ocho seasoning them, right? But you know, can always substitute that. Now I'm adding some paprika, and I'm using smoked paprika here, but you could use whatever you have. I did go ahead and give it a little tang here, so I added some dried pepper flakes to the mix. A little bit of oil to get everything all combined. And then after I add the oil, I did go in and add vinegar, because I know so all the girl feel about the vinegar business, right? So I added some vinegar here, and then all I'm doing here is giving this a nice little combination mix, right? Now, I'm working on my paste here. It depends on you guys for sure. You could always add a little bit more oil to it to loosen it up a little bit more than I have it here. But this is how I wanted this particular recipe to be. And again, I am also going to be adding all the rest, everything that I use for the recipe, and the amount, it is all down in the description box. So just be sure that you guys are showing some love simply by giving the videos a thumbs up for me, because it does help the channel to grow. So make sure someone show some love and support simply by giving your girl a big ass thumbs up, okay? I'm not playing with her this year 24. Now, after you've done all of that, it's been like 30 minutes, I'll say. You want to go ahead and strain off the milk. And again, the milk that I'm using here is almond milk, but you can substitute the almond milk out for just about any other milk. Just go ahead and give it a nice little shizzle and little shake here. I'm using my strainer, as you could see, just to get that excess amount of milk off the chicken, but it already did what it needed to do. So now what I'm doing here, I'm transferring the chicken over to my seasoned tray, honey. And then all you have to do is very simple. Very, very simple. Just go ahead and pour out your seasoned mix all on your chicken. And what you're going to do is rub this seasonings really, really, really good. Really, really good into the chicken. And it really, really smells good. It's going to do something really marvelous to the chicken, you guys. So please do not skip this step. Of course, you could always use different seasonings if you like, but just be sure that you season your chicken thoroughly. And please do not skip the method of the milk, because this milk method really gives the chicken a really amazing texture. And it makes it has a nice flavor on the inside all the way down to the bone, okay? So just be sure that you don't miss any of these steps, because these steps are critical here. Look at that chicken. That chicken is looking really seasoned, you guys. Nice and gentle and beautiful, and it smells amazing already, and the thing don't even start cooking. Look at that. Perfect, perfect. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cover it up and let it sit for an additional 30 minutes here, because I don't know, say made a 30-minute girl, right? That is perfect. Sit it aside and we're going to move on to the next step. Now, after 30 minutes, our chicken has been sitting and resting. Now it's time to cook up this baby. So now in a pan here, I'm adding some oil, and the oil that I'm using is just regular oil here. Use whatever oil that you want to use. EVO, corn oil, olive oil. Listen, just use the oil, okay? Regular oil here. And then what I'm doing here, I'm going to start putting my chicken in, but I am putting my chicken skin down first, okay? Even though I removed the skin from the chicken, you want to put the chicken down on that side first to let it start cooking, okay? Now my fire is at a medium heat. You don't want your fire to be too high, because remember, if you have your fires too high for this kind of a recipe, it is going to burn the chicken. It's going to look very dark, okay? We don't want to do that. So a few minutes later after that, I'll say maybe about 6 minutes or 7 minutes later, 6 minutes at tops, you want to go in and you want to gently turn these babies on the other side. And if you notice the color of the chicken is almost the same as if when I first put it in the pot in the first place, because we are not cooking a brown stew chicken over here, okay? We are cooking honey, garlic, butter, chicken up over here today. So you don't want to caramelize these chicken too much. You don't want to do that. Make sure that your fire is at a medium heat. You cook it for 30 minutes on one side, then you turn it over on the other side, you cover it up, give it another couple of minutes, you go back, and then you are ready. This is it, right? You saw. We don't need no more additional color, but here's what you're going to do. That marinade that you had left over, I did add about 1.5 cups of water to it. Now, to give it more flavor though, you could add some chicken stock if you want, but I didn't have any. So I just added water to it because Honey Miss Season's going to do it amazing, okay? It's an amazing job because I did have some really great seasonings to this chicken. So I went ahead and I just poured it all on there. Is what I did. With my fire is still at a medium heat, you guys. Very critical. A medium heat. You don't want to turn your stovetop any higher. Now what I did here was add some ketchup. Now for some of you, you may not like ketchup. You could have barbecue sauce if you like, or tomato paste. Now, critical step, this is what you don't want to forget, and this is where the magic starts. You're going to add your honey here. I'm using this honey and it's really good. I did order this on Amazon, but use whatever you have. Honey. Just go ahead and pour the honey on top, and I'm being really generous with my honey because of course I'm making honey chicken over here, okay? And then I am going to add the garlic. I have about 3 garlic cloves here. I just kind of smash them and just pour them in there to infuse with the chicken. And I added a little bit of dried parsley flakes on top, just like so, very delicately. And that looks, look at that, you guys, amazing. So we're going to cover that up, still at a medium heat. Come back within about 15 minutes at the most, and look at that. All those good juices, you guys, is all up in that chicken. Oh my goodness. You don't even want to not try this recipe, okay? Now with those amazing juices here from the chicken, just go ahead and just kind of coat the top portion of the chicken thighs, you guys, just like so, very gently. If you want to turn the stove top down to like a low heat, you could do that because you don't want to burn the sauce for sure. So you could turn it down. But look at that. That looks so good. When you talk about tender, delicious chicken and it smells amazing, the entire house smells fabulous. Okay? Amazing. Now, this is what we're going to do because remember, we're adding butter to the mix. Now, after the chicken is done, I did go in and put a couple of slices of the butter on top of the chicken, right? Just like so good. Oh my goodness, and I better try the recipe, I know. And then what I did was just go in and it's very simple, very simple. After you had your butter, you cover it up and turn down your stovetop at a very low heat and make the butter melt. Good day. When me tell you, so the thing turn up crazy loud. Remember, you're not cooking the chicken anymore. You're just melting the butter on top of the chicken. And honey, baby, look at that. Honey, garlic, butter, chicken thighs. In the kitchen. Every time. Straight. Flavor on top of flavor. This chicken is super delicious. You will not forget this taste and the flavor from this, okay? So just be sure so not get a recipe a try. This chicken, honey, oh my goodness, this is one of the best chicken I think I ever made, okay? It was so good. I did have it with some okra, rice and peas, and that recipe is coming very soon, so be sure that you guys are ready for this recipe when it drops. It will be coming right after this one, okay? So stay tuned for that. But anyway, my darling, this is it. I did have it with some avocado and some tomatoes and all of that good stuff. Just be sure that you're giving the recipe a thumbs up, okay? Tell a friend for tell a friend. Bring them come good. Send them come. I'm waiting. And when I get done doing that, tell me what I want to see me I cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy.